All right. Hey, sound designers and music producers, welcome back to the stream. Just want to welcome you back to the stream. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back. So, tonight I'm Danny Xander and we're going to be diving into Reactor. And I know this is Ableton, but we have a plugin installed here. That is our version of Reactor opened up right here. And we're going to build out a melodic groove in Reactor using just the 6 basic modules. If you're into modular sound design and you're looking for a way to improve your production chops inside Ableton or Reactor, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to use the first basic 6 components that we're going to need to build out this synth or this modular setup. And we're going to start with a clean slate here. As you can see, we have a version of Reactor and it is in ensemble view. There's nothing else here, just the actual canvas. So we're going to start off, we're going to add in a note in. That's going to be the first thing we're going to be adding in. So I'm going to go over to my search, my blocks, going to bring in a note in. That's the first thing we're going to need. The second thing we're going to bring in a clock. That's going to help us keep rhythm and time, or tempo, that is. And then I'm going to bring in an 8-step sequencer, which we'll use to get the rhythm and feel of the music we're trying to create, the sounds we're trying to create. And then lastly, I'm going to bring in an oscillator. That's going to be our sound generation source, and it's going to generate sound. And actually, I have 2 more components I'm going to add. One is a filter, and one is a VCA. We're going to use that VCA to send the core 6 modules we've just created, just brought in right here. And this is a simple groove patch that we'll be using to just enough to be musical and just enough to be dangerous or musical and not too much to overwhelm. So I'm going to show you this and show you how to hook them up, and let's get into that. So we're going to start off by sending the pitch signal out to the oscillator, and then from the actually, we're going to send it to the 8-step sequencer. We'll send it to the 8-step sequencer, and then we'll send that into the oscillator's pitch. We're just transferring the pitch from place to place. So from there, we're going to send the oscillator's output to our filter. And then I'll trigger this sequencer with the clock. So we're going to create a gate connection and reset connection. So now the oscillator responds to each step of the 8-step sequencer that we play. When I hit play on here, we should be hearing something come through. Oh, actually, we didn't finish connecting our connections up, so that's exactly why we're not hearing anything yet. I didn't actually connect the VCA and the output to the speakers, so that is why we wouldn't be hearing anything yet. So I'm going to actually turn that down a little bit. Then we're going to turn up the VCA volume, and we should hear something from our speakers. So we're getting a tone. It's a slight tone. I'm going to turn that back down. And now let's shape it with that SVF or that filter. I'm going to use a low pass mode, and I'm going to shape this sound so that we can make it into something usable. The patch going from the oscillator output to the filter to the VCA and finally out to our speakers. That's our route. We're going to modulate that filter cutoff now right here. So I'm going to play it again. And then we'll modulate that filter cutoff. It's already on low pass. We can, as you can see, we can modulate that filter cutoff. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit so we can hear it. I can cut off some of the highs and leave some of the lows. and we can get that more warm, evolving sound or tone that we're going for. Um, so as we continue with this build, we want to control our volume. So we're going to route that the VCA to our short envelope. So I'm going to bring in an envelope, and we're going to route that VCA to an envelope. So with volume control, I'm going to actually turn up the modulation depth on this, and that's going to help us so we can play individual notes over time. So now I'm going to dial in a fast attack, medium decay, and just a touch of sustain and release. And then we can hit play, and we can play, or we can connect our gate and it will play for us, because it's allowing the 8-step to control that input signal. So I'm going to pause that for a second while we continue with this build. So we're going to polish off our sound now, just a quick mix of the sound. We're going to blend this a second oscillator in possibly to make it a little bit more exciting. So I'll duplicate this oscillator, and we'll name our oscillators oscillator 1, oscillator 2. We'll blend them together by mixing them, and we'll send that output to our filter. So once we have them both together, you're not going to hear any sound even if I turn off the mute, because our mix volume is not up. We're going to blend the two oscillators together. We're going to organize our panel a little bit. Looks pretty good to me. And we're going to make some differentiation between the sounds. Okay. So so we've got that done. We've got our patch pretty much set up and ready to run. We can manipulate the sound further and further and further as much as we want. So that will be a conclusion to our basic patch and basic setup, just showing you how to patch these together, the modular blocks inside of Reactor, and making it kind of plug and play. If you like this kind of breakdown, I do these breakdowns every night in the afternoon, around 8. And we'll be diving to Reactor, and modular sound design in those sessions. If you want to dive deeper, I've got a sound design course where we unpack these and many other techniques step by step. Links in the bio. Hit like and follow, and I'll catch you in the next live stream. Peace out.